We should be live. So we're looking. Yep. Beautiful. Up and going. So what's up, buddy? I don't know if you're still here or not. I know you showed up early. Appreciate it. We're gonna lift up a little bit. We're gonna go over. We're gonna look at and talk about the new Traxxas. Let me know if everything sounds good. If you hear too much of my charger in the background, let me know. I can move that. I think KGM might be joining us. I think he just woke up. Gus is MIA. I don't. He hasn't. He hasn't answered this morning. He might be doing some real adulting. Addicted, what's up, buddy? Just waiting for it to fill up a little bit. We're gonna go over the new Traxxas and talk about that. Thing is pretty sweet. I definitely interested in it, but I don't have the coin now. Sorry, my dog was looking at something weird. Hunter, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I think it's priced accordingly and stuff. It's just I don't have that money right now. But I have the website queued up. We'll go over it and see what it's all about. It's kind of looking like a XRT chassis and some tweaks to it, obviously. The transmission that I was looking at is pretty intense. Yeah, 1300. Yeah, I know. It's sick though, man. Like I said, I feel like it's priced accordingly, man. Like the way you look at everything else now, it's kind of like where it's going, man. Listen, I have the website queued up. We'll go over it. Yeah, 1.5. Yeah, I seen that. The only thing in the transmission I was looking at, there's a lot going on, man. For a two-wheel drive, it's like goes from the pinion to like a gear, and then the diff, and then a gear. It's like there's a lot going on in there. At least from the first, excuse me, at least from the first like quick look I looked at. Yeah, disc brakes in the front are definitely cool, which is definitely gonna. That's an upgrade people do to their Bajas, like their gas Bajas and their electric Bajas. They have disc brakes you can put in the front of those. I think it's going to open the door for um, drag cars too, not just for dirt. Obviously, it's like a sand rail, but I can see people turning those into like legit street drag cars. You know, the long wheelbase, the bigger tires and stuff. I think two-wheel drive. I think people are going to start converting those into legit like drag cars for the street. It's basically the Traxxas Baja. But yeah, we'll pull it up on the computer, take a gander at it, look at what it's all about. You see a YouTuber do 65 on that thing with speed gearing. Yeah, I believe it for sure. Hold on, guys. The dog's trying to get something. Okay, never mind. Sorry, he looked like he was trying to grab something. I didn't know what the hell it was. Yeah, I've seen a few YouTubers get them. I didn't really watch many videos. I seen RC Driver got one, Mark Santa Maria, a couple others, I think. Again, I didn't really watch any videos on them. I like to see when I don't want to say normal people, but lack of a better term, like normal consumers get them, because that's when you really start seeing stuff. Not saying that they don't do a good job or anything. I like their videos, some like most of them, but I like when the masses start to get it. That's when you really start to see the nitty gritty of a truck. So let's pull it up here and take a little gander. Boom. Obviously, it's just a bad looking rig to start out with. Like that's sick looking. Obviously, we can't watch this video, or we'll get in trouble. It's cool, man. The way the shocks are pretty legit. It looks like a different shock tower from like the XRT, maybe. Again, I don't know. I'm just making assumptions right now. It's just the geometry of it. And looking at my XRT, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure these reservoirs are just aesthetics. I don't think they're actually real reservoirs. I'm just, again, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't really watch any videos on it. There's a lineup. Cool little accents, you know what I mean? Like the light up tubes, you know, like the full size rigs do at the dunes and stuff. You know, I feel like I would break those off eventually, but cool little thing. That's how I'm curious about. Let's see here. So obviously that's it with the body on. Let's see how. Let's just talking about the wheelie bar. Let's make this a little bigger for myself. What's this? High performance tires. Are they belted? I think they are. Comes with prep for desert with aggressive paddle tires. I don't think when I eventually get one, like who knows when I will have the money to do this. The reservoirs are fake. I thought so. Obviously, I'd get green. They're belted. I feel like I'd run the paddle tires, especially in my area, but I think I'd run regular tires a lot also. It's probably just talking about, yeah, like has the people inside like big whoop. I don't really care about that. Some people do. You like gives it that look, but you know what I mean. That doesn't really do much for performance. It's just the prettiness. Let's see here. Smooth under tray, interlocking skid plates, integrated. So basically, the underside of a XRT. Glide over sand, yeah. It's got those holes in there like the XRT skid plate does. It looks like the front skid plate's a little different. And then obviously you got your disc brakes in the front, which again, if you guys don't know, like the Bajas, like the two-stroke Bajas, electric Bajas that people get, this is an upgrade. A lot of people like to put on those. So it's kind of cool to come out of this comes out of the box with that. That's different for point of view. Nice. No, yeah, I get that. But yeah, I think the disc brakes are definitely a cool thing for them to put on outside of the box. I like in the box like right away. The arms being this fake chrome finish or whatever gives it that metal look, but plastic. I could take it or leave it. It gives it a cool. Again, it's the bling aspect, like make it look pretty. I take it or leave it there, but the truck in the whole looks pretty cool. And then obviously you got your scale looking motor back there. There's a little better look. Yeah, you see how low this is in the front. So the front end is definitely completely different than the XRT. The shock tower, at least it looks like. Obviously, it's got the Traxxas clip. This is clip there, the clip in the rear. Yeah, fake reservoirs, but longer in the rear, shorter in the front. Integrated shock tower. Like I said, the rear kind of looks like an XRT, but a little different. It looks like the geometry of the rear shocks are a little different. Yeah, this is what's weird too. They have the batteries standing up on their side. That's pretty interesting. I don't think the XRT does that. They lay flat in there. So I don't know. Obviously, they're running a Traxxas battery, so I'm curious to see if that battery tray is any different. Because I know my XRT, I lay them down, I can't stand them up. So I don't know if that's a new design or if that's just how they're showing it. Again, I ain't watching any videos on this. Obviously, you got your Traxxas electronics, their heatsink. This is a pretty nice heatsink with the dual fans and stuff. Everybody knows, or a lot of people, obviously, it's got their mesh system like in the X Max and the XRT. So the motor mount and stuff is pretty much the same. Their ESCs, I know a lot of people have good luck, some people don't. I'm sure people are going to be throwing Max 6s in here pretty quick because I know I blew up 2 of these in a day. We'll see how it holds up. Maybe they tweak them a little bit. Curious about, is this running? That's their thing. Where's their servo? Steering design. That's pretty similar. Like, again, I don't know if that's the upgraded servo from them or not. We're going to go to upgrades after this and see like what they have coming out for it. I'm sure they'll have the fancy like color stuff and everything, but curious to see. I don't know if that's the upgraded servo or not because I know the XRT comes with okay servo, and then when I snapped the chassis in half, I broke the fins off on it. So I just actually upgraded to their upgraded servo. It's been holding up ever since. I'm not sure which one comes with that thing. Front bulkhead looks longer. Yeah. The whole front end geometry definitely is different. I think I'm not sure about the chassis itself. I'm curious to see if it's an XRT um, belly, but I don't think so because of the way this clipless body is. Clipless body looks like it goes into the chassis now before it's in the shock towers. So that actually might be a whole new tub. You heard that the ESC is more aggressive. Hopefully, again, because was never the biggest fan of their ESCs. And don't get me wrong, they work. You know what I mean? Like they're not horrible. It's just some people just have different things. But yeah, that has to be a different tub now, just because of the way that body mounts. It looks like it mounts right to the chassis. Again, feel free to tell me because I'm sure people watch videos. I have not. That's a better look at the front. Rugged skid plates. Again, that's a different skid plate than the XRT there in the front. Whole front end is different for sure. Heavy duty suspension, yeah. Again, the whole making them chrome, take it or leave it. Again, it's just like a make it pretty thing. But again, those disc brakes are definitely what's pretty pretty solid. Here we go. So it looks like, man, I hope that's not their. I hope that's a Tesco servo. Um, that's interesting. So it's got a spring, goes to the arm, pulls that, and then I guess yeah, they're mechanical. So they're it just looks like a wire that pulls them, kind of like a bike brake. The chassis is an XRT. Interesting, but that was the same thing. Like when the XRT came out, people said it's the same one as the X Max, but it had the same part number, but it wasn't the same. There were some things different. I don't remember what it was. They were extremely close though. So yeah, it looks like. Hold on. Yeah, actually, it's a powerful disc brakes, fine tuning, brakes. Well, so yeah, that's definitely how it works. This runs to there. This is on a spring, and these are just two cables basically. And then when this turns, it pulls this, pulls the lines, and engages your pads there, and grabs the disc brake. That's pretty cool. Solid, cool little design. Uh, Again, if I had the money, I would totally get one. Oversized sealed bearings. Again, this is something that was a weak spot on X Maxes, XRTs, and stuff. And then RPM made the carriers with the bigger bearings, and then Traxxas eventually changed the bearing size. I do like these designs, like the diff cups, how you can replace it without ripping the whole diff out. Um, that's pretty cool. That's what I was curious about. Completely different diffs now. It's not. This is like your original, like X, obviously X Max diff, XRT diff. This is almost like it looks like the in like a center diff for a. I can't think of the truck now, but the way that diff is set up, that's interesting. I could see it keeping together better with this kind of design because again, it's two wheel drive 8S, so you're getting a lot of power and torque in this rear, and I think having the diff set up like this, I think is a better move than traditional. Again, I'm no mechanic or anything. I'm just a fat dude that plays toy cars, but it's longer than the XRT. Yeah, but is it longer because they have stuff added to the back, or is it longer overall? You know what I mean? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. There's a lot going on in this system here. Direct drive system. So you got your diff, you got a gear, then it goes to another set of gears that go to the center diff here. I'm calling it a center diff for lack of a better term, but it there's a lot going on there. I'm not saying a weak spot or nothing. It's just I'm comparing it longer overall. I'm just comparing it to like how like regular Bajas work and stuff like that. And it's definitely interesting, man. Like I said, man, if I had the coin, I do. That's cool. That's definitely cool design. We'll see over time as more people get them how they hold up. Are they made out of monkey metal? Are they going to have an entire gear set? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what really caught my eye was this gear setup, man. Oops. And again, is it going to be all monkey metal or are they hardened gears? I have a feeling they're going to be monkey metal, and it's going to be an upgrade. I did not see this coming, though. I don't know about you guys. I did not see Traxxas making a two-wheel drive 8S truck. I didn't. Like, honestly, it took me off guard. I was like, is that real? What the hell? Again, it's the Traxxas Baja. It's literally what it is. I think that's a huge thing. Again, Baja guys put these on there a lot. So that coming with it, I think, is actually a really good move on their part. Green is the way to go. I don't care what anybody says. Do what you want. Get your blue. Blue's cute. Red's okay. That's cool. It's next to the full size one. Yeah, man. Green just pops to me, and obviously green's my favorite color. So I like that they're coming with the matching stuff. When the Sledge first came out, you had to buy all the matching color stuff. The fact that everything is matching now is nice. Orange is pretty nice too, actually. I like the orange and the green. The other colors are nice, but I'm curious to see how heavy this body is. It's a lot of plastic. I did see a short little video today of RC Driver jumping his off a dirt mountain. It took a hard landing, but it was fine. Where's the other two guys? Gus MIA and KGM said he's heading to the shop, so we'll see if he pops in. That's sick. Anybody in chat have one of these on order yet, or what? They're sick, man. It is a sick looking rig. It's a better shot of the butt. I feel like they spent a lot. All right, hear me out. I feel like they spent a lot of time on the body and the front end and stuff. And then back here, they're like, oh, yeah, we need to make a rear end. And it kind of looks slapped together. Like everything else looks like mint. And then this kind of just looks like they were like, oh, yeah, we got to finish this. It looks kind of, I do too, but that's why I can't get one yet. That just looks like they forgot they had to make a rear end. Just this area looks like, I don't know. It just doesn't match the sleekness of the rest. This is a nice shot. Same way I bought your SCX6, my local shop XA from. That's awesome, dude. Think you're gonna take advantage of 0%? Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. Definitely sick. So that looks like the XRT in the rear here. Kinda. The whole front end is different. Like from here forward is all different. It's way longer. I wish they have it next to the. Could you turn this into a dry car? Do you mean like a drag car? I don't see why not. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to do that. Take the paddles off, put some slicks on it, do a little bit, and I don't even think you'd have to do too much. What's up, Frankie? How are you? But yeah, this is interesting. The whole front end is different. I wish they had it next to they keep putting it next to the X Max, and I understand that's their baby. I'm gonna see it next to an XRT. I don't know. Again, I don't know if anybody's done that yet, but I'm doing well, man. Yeah, look at how long that rear skid plate is. Because this is like the XRT right here. This way longer. Again, I don't know if this engine bay thing is a bolt-on thing to make it look like that, or if there's anything back here besides that. Because obviously your drive components and stuff should be right in this area. So like, is this just for cosmetic look, like this whole back piece? Because if you cut it here, it's way. I don't know what's under this. Interesting. Again, it's mounted to the body mounts to the. It looks like the chassis because the XRT is all shock tower mounts that it snaps into. This is definitely part of the chassis. One of my batteries is done. One sec. Boom. I will buy a Florida State lottery ticket next week when I'm down south. Yeah, dude. Yeah, like you said, this is interesting. How long this is? I feel like this is just like this whole part here is cosmetic, like the roll cage, the motor, or like the engine replica thing. I just feel like that's an add-on for looks. I think all the nuts and bolts and the important stuff is on this area. Solid side view. Yeah, again, like here, I really feel like this part doesn't need to be there. Obviously, it's there for coolness and longer chassis and whatnot, but all the important stuff is right here. Like, boom. And look, you can definitely see how much longer that is there. This will make a cool drag car no matter what. The Traxxas Baja. That's what I'm calling it. And again, disc brakes out of the box is huge. A lot of cosmetic stuff to make it look cool. I get it. The motor, the fake reservoirs, the shiny arms. I'm trying to see. Yeah, it's definitely the same battery tray. I don't know why they're showing them standing up. It's weird. I'm curious at how closed this is, how well the heat's going to dissipate because it's completely closed off. And looking, you should be able to get air through here. That's a cool shot. Almost looks CGI. That looks mean like that. That looks like a Star Wars picture. This is like what Darth Vader would like ride. Sorry, I'm showing my nerd side. You can run in snow, sand. You can run it on the street and just swap out the rears. There it is next to the X Max. So the front tires, the rear is definitely longer overall, But again, this whole back end, I think, is just an add-on. But it's definitely longer overall. But this part, is a good shot of the cage. Definitely, it's gonna be a cool truck for sure, 100%. I understand what you're saying, Scott, but if you look at the price of everything else, it kind of fits. You know what I mean? But like me, like I totally want one. But then I look at like something like the Vecta 5, the 4-wheel drive 2-stroke that I've been wanting. It's like this, basically the same price. So it's kind of like, but to each their own. You know what I mean? Dudes love Traxxas and electric. And I have an electric Baja that's awesome. So you know what I mean? You got yours on pre-order? Hell yeah, dude. Again, a little, I don't know how many people are interested in this, but you got your scale look, you know. I could take it or leave that, you know what I mean? Definitely adds to it. Definitely looks cool. Better shot of the motor or engine. If someone pops that out and makes it a real engine and gets ready to electric, that'd be cool. See, again, I'm sorry, I don't mean to repeat myself, but like this whole part right here, I get that's where your wheelie bar is because you need it out there because it's like a drag car. So, but so when we're looking at the bottom, all this extra here is just for this motor and the wheelie bar. I love it. Think it's awesome. The price is a little crazy, but it's Traxxas. Yeah, but you can't say it's Traxxas. You look at some of the success rigs from what's it called, Arma and stuff. They're what I think the new EXB is what, $800 or close. You know what I mean? So I think the price is where it should be in today's market. I should say. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the same battery setup, battery trays. I'm curious to see how long. Yeah, seeing this picture they're laid down. So that was just a marketing thing to show their battery. Uh, excuse me. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, here's a better shot of that brake system. So here's that servo. That see, I was right. It pulls those two wires. This is on a spring, and it just basically works like a bike brake. I'm curious to see how long this servo lasts for the brakes, because that's a lot of you're putting a lot of force on that servo, and I don't care. Anybody says traction servos are known not to be the best. Like they work, but I'm curious to see if it's actually going to hold up for any length of time, because that's a lot of going fast, hitting those brakes, locking them up, and I'm curious to see how that servo does. Yeah, look how much beefier that is compared to the X Max diff cups. Hold on 1 second. I was burning my leg. It looks awesome, but two wheel for 13. I can't justify it. MSN knows how to make it look good flying through the sentence. Yeah, I get it, but again, you look at any like high end Baja or anything. Like I know you can get a Roven for like $500-600 and stuff, but you start upgrading it. You put that brake system on the front and stuff because they make them for regular Bajas. You're getting close to the same price. So, and again, teach your own. I understand, but that's definitely diesel compared to the X Max one. This makes me think that the X Max is going to get a redo. There's probably still going to be the X Max, and I don't think it's going to be a big release. But look at the bulk difference. I feel like this is going to end up being on the X Max and stuff like that. Because those are diesel. I'm curious to see if someone's going to see if these work on the X Max. But they have been refreshing it, but not like crazy. But like they put the bigger bearings in it now. They fixed their plastics because for a while there, the plastics were not good for it. Even Kevin Talbot, which is the biggest X Max fan ever, admitted when he got a newer one, like these plastics aren't the same. But apparently they fixed that issue. But yeah, I'm curious to see if these actually fit in the X Max. A shot of the diff. It's just a screw. Okay. Interesting. I think this is a solid move for them to set the diff up like this because it's two-wheel drive. And again, is this monkey metal? Are they going to have the heavy-duty gears available day one? Do you think those brakes will require service after those supermodels starts sticking out there? I don't think about 2-packs. They're disc brakes though; they're going to wear, so you're going to have to get pads for them. Different disc brakes eventually. It's just nature of that moving. The question is, are those cables? I know what you're saying. Are those cables going to get like for me? It's meant for sand and stuff, so I feel like they covered this. But is sand going to get in those cables and keep them from moving smooth? Are they easy to accept, like to get to and service? Are you going to have to pull them every few runs, like you said, and clean the cables out? Are they shrouded like a bike cable? Again, I know people make videos, but I haven't watched them, so I'm just throwing things out there. There's a better shot of the transmission setup. That's crazy. That's so much going on. I'm really curious about this gear right here. Is this gear right here going to explode? Because these been straight on, I think are okay. But coming from this to this, time will tell. And again, I'm sure they'll have HD gears for it, but I'm curious, like, out of the box, how long that gear is going to last. These I'm not too worried about. It's this one right here. Yeah, there's a whole setup here. So motor in here. Interesting. It's definitely a cool design. I'm really curious. I wish I had the coin to get one because I definitely want to. I want to check one out for sure. What I want to know is who asked for this. I'm not hating, like I said. Looks awesome. I'll probably get one once they hit marketplace. But who asked for it? That's what I'm saying. Like I said that earlier. It was just like came out of nowhere. Like I did not expect that at all. Just look at it. Gear, 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 gear. That's man, that's a lot of moving parts, man. And again, I'm not talking trash on it. It's probably awesome. It's just obviously we know everybody knows that these gears right here are always monkey metal and they strip. So like when I bought my XRT, I had hardened steel gears from day one because they're just that's just what happens. And then the only other ones I'm worried about are these right here, man. Again, time will tell, but I'm really curious to see how it does. New platforms. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel like they should We'll see. It's all I can say. You know what I mean? Mini Max is a little beast. When you get it, 3S ready. One of my favorite. Yeah, dude, the thing's definitely sick. The Mini Max. Yeah, man. I'm real curious about this thing. Again, your comparison. I really wish they put this next to the XRT. Like the diffs and stuff are the same. I'm just talking about like sitting on the ground next to each other. Oh, that's your. I was like, what the hell is that? Your antenna on the top. That's actually a cool design. It's on like a little. I don't know if this is a cable or a string, but as you flip and stuff, they'll flop to one side and stand back up so they don't snap. That's a little attention to detail. They'll know people will snap them off. So they have at least some sort of thing to combat that, at least for a little bit. Depends if that's a string or a cable, because if that's a string, it's going to get dry and break eventually. Again, I really think the rest of the truck looks awesome. I really feel like they phoned it in back here. It looks like they forgot that they had to finish the truck. Shot wheelie bar, you know. Definitely going to need it for sure. Again, here's a shot of, again, these are flat. That's just them setting up the battery. The belly. Disc brakes, again, I know I'm broke a record, but that's a solid thing to do out of the box. So yeah, they are shrouded like a bicycle brake, but your holes are right here to let gunk out, but that's also going to let sand in. So are those going to get packed pretty quick and start catching? Again, time will tell. It looks like they'd be pretty easy to service though. You just pop these off and clean them out, or put some WD-40 in there and stuff. But interesting. Get the ultimate version, $2,000. And it looks like I think they said earlier, you can adjust them for less grab or more. It looks like you would just loosen or tighten this to adjust how much you want to break. Again, is this server going to hold up, and are these going to pack with sand? Again, it's meant for sand, so I'm sure they thought about that. But time will tell once they get in people's hands. It's right above the steering rack there. Interesting. It's definitely a cool design. I got to give them that. And then your cable comes through here. And once you hit that brake, it pulls it. So is that brake on the trigger, or is that brake an extra button? Good old WD-40. Yep. That's what I'm curious about. Anybody that watched the videos, let me know if are they always working, or is that something that you would do on your own? Like these brakes, are they attached to the trigger, so when you hit forward, it engages them, or is that a button? If you watch RC Driver, the guy does YouTube. I know who he is. Varsity explains to you how to adjust the brakes. You can see it. It's just a thumb screw on it in grass or snow, whatever. No, I know, but it's obvious on that other picture. You just adjust that thumb screw. My question is, do they work with the trigger? You want to say trigger? So I was curious about. Because does that mean that there's no engine braking and it's only discs? Or is it engine braking and discs? Because electric motors like brake when you hit forward. So is that turned off, or is it both? These are the questions that I have. These I think I'll just take off. I do not like the way they look. Again, to each your own, but I think these reservoirs not actually being reservoirs. I just think it kind of takes away from the look of the truck. For me, obviously, it's a personal thing. Again, plastic shiny. It's just to make it look pretty. That's cool, though. Just looks like an extra TRX Max arm, just shiny. Yeah, front end's definitely cool. Oops. Oh, man. I don't even know where I was just now. Photo gallery? Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Yeah, to adjust them right here. You just back this out or back it in to adjust your brakes. Yeah, the front end is definitely the most interesting thing to me right now. And like the questions I have about the braking and stuff, does the motor still brake or just the disc brakes? The back brakes. Well, then there's no disc brakes in the back, so I guess there's engine braking and disc in the front. I guess a solid shot of the tires. It's cool. Decent paddles. Again, short ones in the front, long ones in the rear. It's a very upright shock. There's no. So that's different shock towers, straight up and down almost, which makes sense. It's a sand buggy, and that's part of the chassis. It's the rear. That's cool. They're replaceable too. So if you snap that or something, you don't have to replace the whole thing. You just replace that piece. That's pretty nice. Yeah, sick looking rig, man. Yeah, there's no rear disc brakes, so there's probably engine braking and the disc brakes up front. Eh, eh, eh. No, nothing under accessories. Really? I thought they'd have accessories listed already. Accessories. Nothing. The specs, gallery, details, overview, support, parts list, exploded views. Yeah, they don't have nothing for upgrades yet. It looks like. I want to see the front end exploded. Body, chassis, front. Here it is. Does it not want me to open it? Okay. It doesn't want me to open it. I don't know why. How come it shows up there? Oh, there it is. It took a while to load. So these are that's your disc brake. Where's your? Is this that has to be a steering servo. Where's the servo for the disc brake? That's interesting. I'm really surprised that they don't have any accessories or upgrades listed yet. Yeah. 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 I know Mark Santa Maria is going live today, I think around 11, because he has one. So I might hop in there and see if he'll answer some questions. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty sick. I think it's I think it's going to be a really cool rig. I think people are going to do some really cool stuff with. I think I think for sure you're going to see a drag car like a street setup. They're going to take those paddles off, put street tires on them. That I think is 100% going to happen. It's just, again, I'm surprised. It was like a surprise. I did not expect that from Traxxas at all, especially it being like coming with paddle tires out of the box. A lot of people don't have a spot to run something with paddle tires. So that's why it really took me off guard. I could see if it came with regular tires and then paddle tires were an option. But out of the like it's a sand rail, so it's gonna have paddle tires. It just makes sense. I get it. But I felt like it was a little niche to come with those. Like it's cool. Definitely for me, like where I can run for sure. But I was thinking about like other consumers, like a lot of places like you don't need paddle tires. Again, you can just get normal tires, but there's someone running this RC insane. He said he really didn't use the brakes at all. Yeah, I can see that. It's under the receiver. Okay. They said you can run it with the paddle tires. Well, yeah, it comes with the paddle tires. The thing, like I said, though, just out of the box with paddle tires blew my mind. Again, it makes sense. It's a sand rail. I get it. You know what I mean? It's just, oh, look who it is.
What up?
What's up? Let me know if you can hear yourself or if there's an echo, guys. Captain Mustache, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Link to KGM down in the description below, guys. Go check him out. He's got some cool stuff happening. KGM, what's your thoughts on the Traxxas sand rail?
For me, it's not something that I'm gonna run out and get. To me, it's very specific. It's a lot going on for what it is, and it's a lot of money for what it is. You can go out, and I've said this on a couple Facebook groups already. Like behind me is the Vesla 5, which is a two-wheel drive. Which is a two-wheel drive buggy. It comes in gas and electric, and you can pick up the electric version of that right now for right around $1,000, and that is a hell of a lot more RC and stronger than what Traxxas is releasing. But that's just my 2 cents on it.
Bernsey, he just said you can get the one behind him in electric also.
Yeah, come on, Bernsey. And look how wide this thing is. I mean, it's.
So has it handle? You know,
I don't know. I
how's
haven't
it
ran it
done?
yet. It's been sitting there since I got it. As you can see, I got quite the mess going on in here, but it's. Oh. We're going to talk in freedom units here. It is just a little over 22 inches wide.
That is
So,
wide
like,
as hell.
you're getting a lot more RC for the price of what Traxxas is offering. And then I'm not saying like don't buy it, but it's just not something that's going to be my forte, cup of tea. And I could see myself getting a used one at an extreme discount, but not brand new off the shelf on a first release.
I dig it. What are your thoughts on how much is going on in the transmission?
That was another, like,
I
that's
spent some time on that. I was like, that's a lot going on in that transmission.
Yes. And if they would have just spent some time to orient the motor so that it all transfers power the same direction, because then they're taking power from this way to that way. You know what I mean? It's a lot going on.
I think they kept it that way because they could just use the same mold basically for pumping out stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Obviously, they know what they're doing, but
I think it's a cool rig. I think it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what people do with it. I'm really curious to see how it does as an on-road drag car.
yeah. I mean, I'm not. I think, like you said, it's cool for what it is, but for me, it's not a must-have.
I get it. I think it's going to go one of two ways. I think it's going to be stay popular, and I think like there's going to be a lot of people messing with them, or I think a bunch of people. I think either way, it's going to sell well, but I think a bunch of people will get them, and it'll kind of just not be talked about for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's two ways I see it going. It's either going to be like, all right, this thing's really, really badass, or all right, yeah, it's really, really cool. It's a lot of fun, but on to the next thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People are going to be like, oh, I'm glad I bought a 2-wheel drive fire team.
Man, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. You know, it's just.
No, I get it. I understand.
Just me being ordinary.
You just say that we say it all the time. They each their own, you know.
Yeah.
It's just cool to see a new rig out there.
Yep.
It's not like a rework X Max or a reworked XRT or a reworked Creighton or an Vigilante, not Vigilante, a Outcast. You know what I mean? It's just something new. It's like a new platform. The Traxxas is 21.7 inches wide.
I just read that. Yeah, that's interesting because they're saying it's a 6 scale.
A 12S Tesla for 16, definitely a lot more car for your money. Oh yeah, 100%, Sam. That you can't even compare the two with that.
Right, but that's 12S. I'm talking RTR comes with an 8S system.
Yeah,
and
8S. But he's just saying for 16, you can get a 12S Vespa.
Right. And I don't think you're going to be putting 12S into that.
I don't think the transmission would hold up.
No, because I've seen what an X-Max can handle, and it can barely handle its stock system.
What's in the box? What's up? I think you tagged me in a post the other day, but I seen it when I was working. I forgot to answer. My bad, dude.
Yeah, the Vesla E is on sale now at DDM for $10.99.
The thing is sick. That the electric Vesla is nasty.
It looks like it comes in with a rebranded Hobby Wing Max 5. And it almost looks like it's got the Hobby Wing motor that Red Cat puts in their stuff, or used to put in their stuff. But it definitely has a rebranded Hobby Wing. Yeah, this thing's cool.
I want the Vecta 5. That's what I want.
I'm a moderator, so the link should post.
Kid Jam, what are you working on, bud?
A mess.
A mess.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, I got so much crap going on. I got stuff torn apart. I got a vigilante in 3 pieces on the floor. I'm working on a battery riser for the 223S Arma, the new one.
Oh, nice.
So the way that they have these new chassis, when they put the center diff, when they put in the center diff, they made this transmission bigger, and the molded part in the chassis for the battery is shorter. So like my 5200s, even these Ovonic 5000s, they were too long to fit in the battery tray.
That's crazy.
So what I did is I designed and printed a battery riser. I don't know if you can see it in there because it's black and my lighting's kind of bad. I just made a riser, and she's screwed in there, and I can get my batteries in there now. The 5000s fit perfect, and so do my my 10,000 mAhs, and you can still use the stock battery straps. So
very nice. Solid little upgrade you made.
Yeah, and then I printed this for my mother.
What is that? Okay. That's fantastic.
She's like, "Oh, I need something for the adult Easter egg hunt this year." So, yeah, just been over here printing away. Oh, and this was my design from last night. So when you're doing your shocks and your diffs in your RCs, it's a little strainer, and it goes on top of the solo cup, so you can just put them on top there, and it all drain through the screen there. So
definitely a cool little design.
Yeah, that was my project yesterday. Took me a while to figure out how to draw this in CAD, this honeycomb screen, and I'm screwing around with it, and I'm trying to draw each one of these separately, and then I ended up finding a tool in the toolbar, and it was the heck was it called? Extrude Grid was the tool, and it was there the whole time.
That's how you learn now, man. Just keep looking.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time looking for it yesterday too. And then once I found it, it was like, holy crap. Yeah. So I'm just getting this back together because I wanna film this thing.
Yeah, I want to say I think it ripped, man. I think because your other one was awesome. So I'm curious to see how that one is.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how that 80 amp ESC holds up.
So what do you people in chat, what do you guys think? I know a few people answered, but about that new Traxxas, I think pretty cool. I don't have the coin for one right now, and go from there. I think it's definitely going to be interesting. I know a few people already have them; they were sent to them, but I like to see when they get out to the general public. That's when you really start seeing like how things really do.
I want to get on that list, the early release list.
Dude, you and me both. We're just nobodies.
Yeah.
I can't complain now. I enjoy it, honestly. We got a good community here. I think
flying under the radar.
Yeah, do my thing.
Can really give a good, accurate opinion and description when you're not.
Yeah, I can just say what I want. That's what I said. Like, even if I ever get to the point where they send me something, or any company, RC company sends me something, and I say something that I don't like about it, I feel like I'm never going to get another one, but I don't care because I'm a lot of things, but a liar is not one of them. I'm gonna say what I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be good for sand drags. Oh yeah, 100%, dude. That's what it's made for, really. New Traxxas looking mint. Love the idea on how it looks. It's just insanely overpriced. You'll pay around 16 here. That's a brand new XRT or X Max and Mini Max on top.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a cool release for Traxxas. Not sure what else I want to see from them. Yeah, I get it. Like, that's what really took me off guard, though. I think I said this earlier, but I was like, really? I was shocked.
Yeah.
I did
It's
not expect that.
no. It like out of everything that they could have released, it was that.
Yeah. Well, what I'm getting into today, I have to either today or tomorrow. I got to lay some big ass patio blocks. I got to put some grass seed in the front yard. I got to clean my roof on my house. And then I have to go through the woods because we had some wind. I got to see what fell. And then after that, I need to run some stuff, man. I got a battery charging 6S. I'm gonna get the Creighton back out. I only ran that twice, so I'm gonna get the new Creighton EXB back out. I'm gonna see if I can make it to that pit that's not far from me. It's not like the old pit. There's another pit that's like my old pit. It's about 20 minutes away. I haven't been there yet, but the other one's right around the corner for me. I'm a new place to run a little bit, you know. The general public cry over spilt milk. No, I get it, Spike. But when the general public gets it in their hands, you start to see more issues. Because think about it, you only get 3, 4 to 10 people that have them. You won't see as much. It's true of anything, not just RCs. Like, look at just car manufacturing. Like, you get a couple thousand trucks out there, and then you find out you need recalls and this and that. You gotta get real world hands on with stuff. Cool, still getting the new place. Yeah, it's getting there, better and better. And then all the big stuff's done. I need to get some dirt. I need to build my big ass dirt ramps, kind of like all the Loyal has at his property. It's big footprint. Bigfoot time over here. I hope a good weather is holding up. Hell yeah, what's in the box? Get that thing out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and each person drives different.
That's
different
100%.
scenarios.
100%. Everybody drives differently.
Yeah. Sam B, what's up with the Mega Crane? Yeah, I gotta get that back out too. I was looking at that today. I need to actually take that top plate off above the steering setup. Something's loose in there. It's moving up and down. I don't know if I forgot to put a spacer back in because I have 2 spacers on the bench that I think that's what that came from. So the steering rack is moving quite a bit. So I got to pull off that top plate and get that. But I'm going to get that Mega Crate back out. Don't worry.
That's probably exactly what happened.
Yeah. It just everything matches up. I'm like, there's spacers here, and I have to play my steering.
Oops.
So, yeah, I definitely want to get the Mega Crane back out. I think it's an absolute beast. Dude, Kid Jam, I can't wait till you come back. You got to run that thing on 12S. And, like, actually jump. I know you ran it around the track and stuff, but
yeah,
you got to air that thing out.
I mean, I got one of my own that I could do that with, too. I just haven't
That's
done
true.
it yet.
We got ADHD for RC, man. It's just like working on this, do this, break this, grab something. Perfect example, when KGN came to visit, I had the garage doors open, and we'd go run an RC car, and it would break. And then we would literally just drop on the floor and grab a different one. And one time I went inside to use the bathroom and came back out, and KGM is dragging my 5T to the track. I'm like, oh, I guess we're going to run the 5T. And then we broke something else. And then by the time he left, I just had a pile of stuff. I'm like, got to go through all this. It was a lot of fun, though.
Like 2 unsupervised children.
Yeah, pretty much. That was a lot of fun, though. Even without the power on.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even notice it wasn't on half the time.
Yeah, well, we were outside most of the time, and then I had the generator on when we were inside. I ran this the other day. The MTXL.
Oh
I did
yeah.
not film it, unfortunately. Just a quick run. I put the stock motor back in it for now. Got her out.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun to run. You got those tires on your X Max? Nice, dude. But yeah, I might after this live get the Mega Crane out and fix that. I'm glad you mentioned that because I thought about it last week and then looked at it this morning and forgot about the steering. It's still drivable, it still turns. It's just I don't like how much play there is, so I got to pull that plate off.
So I was going over this Vesla, and there's really not a lot of metal to metal parts to where I don't think it's going to have the issues like the Bajas have, where everything rattles loose. A lot of it's nylocked, so those aren't as susceptible to the vibrations as like a aluminum. You know,
That's
when you're
sick.
threading the screw in aluminum.
Sam B, this stand, that's a Blue Groove Model Sports. You can hit him up on Facebook. They work with the Axis plates. He also sells plates for what's the name of your buggy?
The MCD. He makes a plate for all the MCD Max chassis because, like
Go.
the RR5, the XR5, and the W5, all of them use the same. They all use the same chassis, so it just sits right on top.
And then these work with all the Axis plates. So that's the MTXL plate. Obviously, I have the 5T plate and the MTXL plate. No, I don't have the MTXL plate. I want to. I mean, the DBXL plate.
The Baja plate right here.
Yeah, I need to get a Baja plate, but
I got a Vesla plate on this one.
This plate is in a prototype he's working on, and in my videos, if you see my stuff on a stand, I'm using this. I actually modified it myself. I cut it a little bit. I want to drill some holes so you can get underneath of it. But this thing is actually super handy for 6S rigs, my electric fifth scales, like even my Mega Creighton goes on this. So you're looking for a good stand. It's actually it's priced really well for what you get, and the fact that it uses the Axis plates. Definitely hit them up. It's all built and made in America too. So monster trucking, you need to get your SMT10 going. Hell yeah, dude. How wide is that truck behind you again?
It's like 22 and a half.
22 and a half.
Yeah.
So close.
It's close. Yeah, I just said that. I did see that Spike saw that or said that. Yeah.
If you hit him up about the stand, I don't know. I don't think this is available yet. So, I actually had to touch base with him on this. Actually, I told him I had to send him some measurements and stuff of what I trimmed up and whatnot. I still need to drill holes. I might do that today too, and get this sent to him, and so he can get those out. Because if you have even just two, like a 2-stroke truck, that stand's fantastic because like it's a pain. And then once these plates come out, the electric fifth scales, I use this all the time. You don't have to do like when I was working on an MTXL, putting that motor in, I didn't have to hold it up with my head and take the screws out and then try to hold it. I just tilted the swivel and it held the truck where I needed to go. It was great.
Like so.
Yeah.
Or
fantastic.
you could tip it the other way and you can get to the bat underneath.
Yeah. Or you could tilt it sideways.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I got too much crap on my bench. It might not work.
All right, Frank, you take it easy, buddy.
Like that? Aw.
Yeah. Dude, it's definitely worth talking to him about.
Oh, or you can go this way. Whoa.
Having a good stand just makes it so much easier. Dude, there's
So
been a few
much.
times I wanted to work on a 2-stroke, and I was like, I just don't feel like dealing with it. You know what I mean? And like with this stand, you just toss it up there and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And again, we paid for our stands. It's not like we're just telling you the truth. You know what I mean? It's not like they were sent to us.
Yes. That's the way you support small business in the hobbies. You pay for your
100%. He does all his own powder coating, the welding, everything.
See you later, Frankie.
We got about like 10 more minutes and we'll end this thing. I've been keeping them around an hour, hour and a half, if you guys don't know.
Yes, I got a
John D, what's up, buddy?
Mess. Yo, John, what's up, man?
Little MTXL for you there, John. John said, "Is that the new Traxxas KGM?" Sam B, you stop in, man. You take it easy.
Wow.
Thanks, John. Yeah, it's it's got the updated bulkheads, front and rear, and all that nonsense. I was thinking about getting a motor for it, or engine. Sorry,
Taylor 40.
Taylor 40.
Taylor 40.
Great live. I appreciate it. What's in the box, man? Again, sorry. I'm pretty sure you tagged me in a post. I'll have to go back and see. I was working. The Kraken is sick. KGM, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so jealous.
Psh.
I don't know the other person we know that got one has mentioned anything, but someone else we know got one too. KGM, when you getting that thing out? The fact that it's just sitting there and hasn't moved.
It got cold again here.
So?
And it's windy. It'll get out. Don't worry. It'll get out. Don't worry.
Put a coat on.
Coat. Listen to this guy in coat. I bet you don't even have a coat anymore.
Yeah, I have Carhartts. There's like a week where it gets cold.
A week.
It was chilly this morning. It was like 40. I have a hoodie on.
Yeah. It's like 40 here. It's tropical.
It's only going to be like 75 today. It's all good. All right, what's in box? I just wanted to say, sorry, man. Like I said, I'll get back to it.
Can we just talk about the screwdrivers that Arm was giving out now with their...
Dude, I use them all the time.
It's like no more hurting your thumbs with the stock tools.
Yeah, the stupid T-handles they used to put in everything.
They're actually pretty decent. I'm sure they'll strip out easy. But hey, if the end of them wears out, you could just cut them in.
Yeah. Dude, I use those on my I used the bigger one on my MTXL. I had something Loctite it in so tight. I heated it like hell and just used that, and it cracked it loose.
Crazy.
You bet one of the armor drivers. Yeah, dude. They're not like the best on the market, but the fact that they come with RTRs, it's definitely a nice little upgrade. They're no MIP or nothing, but like
no,
to come in a box, it's nice, dude.
Something you're not expecting for sure.
Yeah, well, that's when I got my Notorious. I spent like 2 minutes talking about him in the unboxing video because I was just blown away. You think they're pretty good? Yeah, dude, they're not bad. Definitely a step up from the stupid T handles that used to come with it.
Come on, Willie.
I need to get the 5T back out too.
Wait down.
I definitely want to jump it off my ramp. Guys, I would have had it jumping off my ramp when KGM was here, but he told me not to.
Nope.
You're like, don't do it.
It's not worth it.
Nah, it's fun. Just a little one. Just see what happens. Not do what I did with the DBXL when that was 2-stroke.
Bent the chassis.
I launched the crap out of that thing. I think it would. I don't think it'll be too bad off that ramp, dude. I really don't. Because do you remember our Sparks old video when he was jumping his 5T?
Not off the top of my head.
Hybrid, what's up, buddy? Yeah, he was like completely launching that thing, and it flies pretty good.
What's up, Hybrid?
Hybrid, I'll toss this in there for you. Boom, look at that. MTXL, baby, 2-stroke. I got the nitros on the shelf, so I figured I'd at least show you some kind of fuel RC for you. Hybrid, we gotta get you into one of these lives one morning when we get like get together. I've been doing these every Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today we were talking about the new Traxxas Dune car, whatever it's called. What is it? The Traxxas Pro Scale Sand Car. That's what we're talking about today. You join that, dude, for sure. We'll get you in here. Again, link to KGM down in the description below. Go check him out. He's got some cool stuff coming. I'm still gonna keep messing with him to get that Kraken out there. He's afraid to get it dirty.
Yeah, that's it. That's the reasoning.
No, they're not aluminum. They're plastic arms on that new Traxxas. If that's what you're talking about, the new Traxxas, they're not aluminum. They're just
chrome.
Plastic, shiny.
Chrome plated plastic, brah.
Yeah. And then on the MTXL, if you were asking, that they're all plastic. Hybrid said, "Congrats on your Vesla."
Thanks, brah. Appreciate that.
Jealous.
At that price, I couldn't let it go. You know what I mean? It was like,
no, I don't blame you, dude.
I think they're still on sale too. Honestly,
fake crap. I want to. What's fake? Oh, you're talking about the chrome arms. I want one, the Vesla, but I want the Vecta 5 though. I want the full drive. That's been on my wish list for years. It's just like the Vesla is awesome, but it's just I've been wanting that other one for so long. Yeah, definitely a solid price for it. But knowing who else got one, I'm like, should I? Just so, you know, I don't want to ruin it for the other person that got it. If you guys watch me, you probably know who I'm talking about. But
you need to, because that'll go along with that other thing that we were talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I was that'd be perfect. I was like, we're supposed to be budget friendly. Yeah, I might have to because they offer the PayPal thing, don't they?
Yeah.
I bet you if I got one, I'd drive it before you do.
I'm sure you would.
But then I need to get a plate for my stand.
Yeah. You don't have to, but it's nice.
I'm sure we'll have some in-depth conversations after this live.
I'm just going to keep pushing your buttons until you get it.
I know. Well, the other guy was pretty easy. You just sent a link, and he was like, sold.
Well, he was like, oh, I've been wanting one of these for a long time. He's like, you just gave me all the encouragement I needed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, if you guys are on Facebook, do me a favor and go to the Bush Beer Facebook page, and every post they post, bring back Bush Apple, please.
They're supposed to be.
I know, but I keep doing it. I've been doing it since August. So just go there and say, did you notice DJM got rid of all the FG Mazda? I haven't seen that, no.
That would be a big John question, John D question. He would know about that.
I want to know, why is Hybrid, does he have a check for you?
He's verified.
Chat? Oh, because he's verified. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have big timers in here often, so I'm like, what is that? We're getting there, though. I mean, I don't know if you guys, I don't think I ever told you guys, my goal for like a while now, it was weird. I want to get to 2,800. I'm like, I'm so close. And I kept, yeah, I know. I seen it was leaked.
May through July, so we're coming up on it.
Somebody was supposed to bring a 30-pack of that to the Dirty Jersey.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that guy forgot.
That guy forgot.
But
not the first
I didn't know I was saying that
either.
Oh yeah, I want to get 2,800. We hit it the other day, and now we're actually climbing faster to 29. So should be at 3K in no time, which blows my mind. I appreciate you guys dealing with some fat dude who plays with toy cars. It's much appreciated. And again, link to KGM down in the description below. We're trying to make it so me, Gus, and KGM can all stream at the same time. So like he'd be live on his channel, I'll be live here, and Gus. So like Saturday morning RCs, we all would have a stream going just so we all get views. Because last week's is over 300 views, which is
simulcasted.
Yeah. So that way everybody can stream.
English, French, and Spanish. Each channel will have a different language.
I call English. Gus gets French.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Croissant. We're not being culturally insensitive. It's a joke.
That would be so funny.
All the FG is gone now? Damn.
That would be so funny.
All right. We're winding down. I think we're going to end it here. We're going to, again, link to KGM down below in the description. Gus is linked down there too. He had a rough night, so he didn't join us this morning. So I appreciate you guys showing up. KGM, you got anything to say before we close it up?
Don't put Twinkies on your pizza.
Perfect. Again, go check out KGM. He's got some cool stuff happening. When he's not afraid to go get that new RC dirty, he'll have a video up on that. He actually has a really solid. Wait, did you unbox that, right? I'm pretty sure
it wasn't really an unboxing. It was just kind of an overview because there was really nothing in the box to unbox. It was just the truck and the radio.
Like, I knew I watched something. He has a video up of it. So once he's not afraid to get it out there and run it, he'll have a video of that. He has a pretty solid side-by-side comparison of the Big Rock, the new Big Rock versus the older one.
Yeah, the BLX 3S and the 223S, the new one.
And KJM is big into the two-stroke stuff, so he does electric. He does it all. He's kind of like me, but he's more into the two. He's more knowledgeable in the two-stroke department. He's my guru when I need help with mine. So link to him down below. Go check him out. Hybrid, I appreciate you being in here. I'm gonna contact you on Facebook and we'll figure out a time to get you on here one morning. And I'll end it like I always do. Wherever you are in the world, have a good morning, afternoon, or night. And I'll catch you guys next week, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday morning RCs. And I'll catch you guys soon.